Welcome to this episode of Hobby of Hours. My name is D. I will be your host today. Do me a favor, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit a like button, drop me a comment. I always get back to my commentators as a courtesy. You've written me, I've got time to write you, and it really does help the channel. What are we looking at today? Right now, for a hot minute, I've got two Seiko dive watches on here. I just want to compare them side by side. This video is about the SJE093 Sierra Juliet Echo 093 limited edition reedition of the fabled 62mas dive watch. The dive watch that got it all started for Seiko back in the day, back in 1965. How do I know that? Because this is a limited edition of 1,965 watches. You can still get these, so don't give in to the temptation to buy the overpriced ones on eBay. I think these are cruising at, I think these are like 3,500 list, and you can still get them. I was holding this off for a while. I bought this several months ago, left it untouched. My buddy Kurt, Big Wrist Energy, was trying to get one for his son, and they placed their order through Topper, put a deposit down, which is what you need to do. I think it's 500 bucks. I had to do the same for this. Mine just happened to come in first, but they eventually got fulfilled on their order. So I took the stickers off and I put the watch on strap, and you'll notice I didn't put it on the Seiko strap. I actually took it off of the Seiko strap. More on that in a minute. And if you stay tuned to the very end, we are going to have a itty bitty book review of this Seiko Diver's Watch book that also features the 62mas on the front page. It may be tempting to get a vintage piece. Really great examples of these cruise north of 5K, sometimes as far north as 6K. And the other versions are at the other end of the, or rather, the other examples are at the other end of the spectrum at 2,500, 3K, and they're really in rough shape, and you can't use it for its intended purpose as a dive watch. This one is rumored to be the best reissue, and Seiko's tried to reissue it several times over. I'm going to put in a picture of all the different variants that I've seen and the ones that I contemplated and the rough price ranges for them. The last iteration they did was the best one up until this one and is going for absurd amounts of money on the used market. They made far fewer, as you can see by the quantities listed. And this one is eventually going to sell out. And, you know, jump on it now if you can. Hunt down your Seiko AD. I've noticed that Seiko ADs will cross-border ship, meaning going across the states, whereas, you know, Rolex dealers won't. Seiko dealers will. So if you find a good AD, I can recommend Topper. I can obviously recommend Moyer Fine Jewelers out of Indiana. What is up, Derek? Hope you're doing well. And so reach out to them, either Toppers or Moyer. Let them know D sent you. I think the Topper guys don't remember me, but I remember them fondly. So if you're in San Francisco, you can go there. Or like I said, contact Derek. He's amazing. And you can most likely get one, as they are still shipping. Super quick, and then we'll say adios to the spork. Just wanted to get these side by side. How funny, this diameter is 44 millimeters. This one is 38, but because of this one's pronounced lug-to-lug, wrist presence is almost somewhat similar. So thank you for coming along, Spork, but this one's about the SJE today. It, of course, has the 6L37 movement, Seiko book, nothing special there. Here is the Seiko strap. What I do like about this strap is the Seiko keeper. I'm likely going to take this off and put it on there. This is my Tropic strap. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Now, this is not terrible in the way that we often hear Seiko bracelets and straps being described as terrible, but it's stiff and just not all that fabulous, if I'm being honest. So I'm probably going to keep this on there, actually. Retain some value in case I need to get out of it at one day. And I almost forgot to mention, in the background over here, you've got this lovely Hobby of Hours t-shirt with the Porsche design watch on it. As much as I love this shirt, as much as I would love to sell you a shirt, check out hobbyofhours.com. I'm going to adios it so we can get a little more up in the business of the Seiko. Alright, much better. Now we can get up in its business as I have on my Navy SEAL approved IST diving gloves. What a nut. She is very svelte. This lug let's put some dims up on the board, see what we're working with here. 38 millimeters, pretty epically good in terms of diameter, but that lug to lug is legit. 46.6. You'll see when I pop it on wrist that is going to give it a bit more of wrist presence. 12.7 tall, which more or less necessary in order to get that 200 meters water resistance, so ISO certified. A little bit of a domed glass, but that is sapphire on there. And the primary difference between this and the OG, that one was 150 meters water resistance, and the indices were a little bit bigger. See? A little bit bigger. But, danger, Will Robinson, we have got an UGG width on this watch. 19 millimeters. Seiko, I love you, but what are you doing? But as some of you may already be guessing, wait a minute, D, I have Tropic, the OG Tropic watch straps, of which this is the reissue, and they only make them in 20 millimeters. How funny is that? For some reason, my 20 millimeter Tropic strap, let's get up in there, fits this 19 millimeter lug width, and it's not squished. I didn't squish it in there. In fact, when I was preparing this video, I actually thought this was 20 millimeters until I double checked it, and I kind of I lost my stuff over it, because how is this fitting? Sometimes you can shoehorn a strap into a lug width if the strap is a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller, and same goes for the lug width. Lug widths, just like many measurements in life, are not exactly perfect to the dot zero. This package is worthy of a bit of praise. This is apparently based on the original packaging that the watch shipped with all the way back in 1965. Can't wear a box. This box is going into a bigger box, having a bunch of watch boxes. But I have to say, I am impressed. A lot of people who have taken time to review this have criticized the price point, and I think they're right. Once you start getting north of 3K in for a new piece, this piece, you've already well surpassed pre-owned Omega Seamasters. And is this watch better than them? No. Flat, stone cold, no. It is a great watch though, and I don't think this is going to dip under retail down the road because of the limited edition 1965. Now, 1965 isn't as limited as 200, 300, or whatnot, but it's not as bad as some of the Omega editions of 6000, which are truly not limited. I just don't see it ever going for less than retail. It's a good time to pop in a loom shot. And there you have the traditional Seiko epically bright loom. We've got the signed crown there. And I have to say, I'm happy with it. How I was able to keep it in a box for so many months, waiting for Kurt's son's watch to arrive, I have no idea how I did that. I think part of it is, if you followed the channel for any length of time, you'll know that I have difficulty bonding with a new watch, and that is certainly in there. I don't know what my psychiatrist would say about that, but then again, I don't have one. So if there's a good, reputable horological psychiatrist you can recommend, please, by all means, do so. But bam, on my 6.5-inch wrist, and this Tropic strap has two keepers there. If anything, I would put the Seiko one here, but again, I'm looking to protect some value, and if I were ever to move this on to someone, they would appreciate the fact that that strap is unworn, especially since it's not great, but it's kind of nice to have it. Long lead angle. She's looking good. She's looking choice. 120 click bezel. Not very clickety-clack. Pretty quiet as far as bezels go. And yeah, I ain't mad at it, as G Money would say. If you are on the fence about this, if you're wondering about the price, I would say don't hesitate. Now is the time to get one while you can still get one from one of your ADs. Some may even have one of these in the shop window instead of having to order. I don't know if Topper still has their allocation or Moyers, but reach out, contact them. I'll put their contact info in the description to this video. Yeah, don't wait if you want it. Get it at retail. The last time I had a limited edition Seiko, it was the Blue Alpinist. And boy, was that a crazy time, a crazy market. And they had a little bit more In terms of quantity, I kind of don't remember how many came out for that. And those started going for premiums immediately. Ask me how, I know. All right, Seiko SJE093. You are Hobby of Hours approved. Don't bother getting an old one. Just don't. You can't wear it for its intended purpose. And we're going to forgive Seiko the UGG width because this $80 Tropic strap, tropic.com, I believe, is amazingly good. And this strap down here was made in the style of this. This is the style they used back in the 70s, speaking generally. And it's a pretty cool strap. And you know what? I think it's time for a book review. My books. You know I love my watch books. This is the Seiko Diver's Watch, The Birth of Seiko Professional Diver's Watch book by this gentleman down here. I'm going to guess. I'm going to take a try. Sadao Ryugo? Sorry, sir, if I got that wrong. Love your book. This is, let's see how many pages we got rocking here. 176, not bad. I actually was able to get this on Amazon. I found out about this book, link in the description, from this website that has a list of Japanese watch books. And this one was put on there as only having 300 copies being made. And I immediately went into hunt mode. Found one on eBay out of the UK. No, I apologize. It was out of Germany. And he didn't want to ship to me, so I was going to have one of my friends, Captain Lynn's, have one of her friends in Germany buy it, ship it to me, etc., yada, yada, yada. But sure enough, once I started searching more properly, I found it on Amazon. How embarrassing. I do not know how I make it out of the driveway in the morning. But I'm so glad it has a proper version of a 62mas on the cover for reference. See there, 150 proof. Next to mine, you can kind of see the... I guess, okay, that's not a great comparison. Apologies. But let's do a quick thumb through here and see what we are working with. And let's see, do we have... Is it all... Okay, it's... Oh, we got some English in there. That's cool. But as you know, I don't mind buying Japanese books that have the kanji, as long as they have good photos and references. I wonder if that's actually on the dial. I don't think it is. But this one is an interesting one. There are a couple rare birds in here that I didn't know existed. Well, there's one of the variants, the, what is that? The resist dial. Oh, interesting. I might have to hunt that one down. I didn't know about that until literally just this second. Even an old dog can learn new tricks. Well, that's a good example of... See, that makes more sense, that size. A box. But it's got other dive watches from Seiko in here as well. See, there's another one of those boxes like that. Oh, that looks like the wrist candy strap with that grid pattern. You know, TGV favors that strap. I want to find that one watch. Oh, okay, here we go. Wait a second. Back it up. See, actually, that's in good condition. Yeah, those banged up models are not too cool. Well, that's interesting. There we have the Japanese Navy watch next to the Tensoku, which I believe is the Kamikaze watch. There's another good version. And this is what I'm talking about here. This model. I did a Google search for this as soon as I saw it. Look, it's got that Alpinist hour hand, titanium, 200 meters, good looking bezel. I think I saw one of these for like $700 on eBay. Nobody knows about that model. No one's hunting that. And here is the white one. There's one of these white ones on there for $1,200. So, point being, you can find out about interesting JDM only watches when you get these JDM only books. And that's one of the reasons why I collect them. Is this necessary for everyone's horological library? Of course not. But, you know, it's necessary for mine. And to be honest, it's nice to have something sitting in the background when you're doing a watch review. I would say, by all means, nab this book. I don't know if there really is only 300 of them. I can't imagine. I got it too easily on Amazon for far too little. I think it was like 60 or 70 bucks. And that's well within the parameters of the pennies per page measure we usually use for watch books. And there you have it. Beautiful watch, beautiful book review, and another one in the can, as they say in the biz. Hope you enjoyed it, and that wherever you are in this wonderful, beautiful hobby of ours, you're doing well, you're blessed. And don't forget, if you ever have a question about one of the watches you see in my videos, hit me up. I love engaging. I love talking to people about watches. My family does not like listening to me talk about it, so I got to talk to someone. All right, we will catch you in the next one. Peace. Pick up a book. 1001 Watch Designs, Volume 1. We've got line art, oil paintings, steampunk, and even super duper realistic ones. Ones that you could probably put on your wrist today. It's a good bit of fun and a great way to share your support. Thanks for coming along on the ride.